10 years.
Like what, 10 years maybe?
2000, no, it's been more than that.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's been like, what, I think 10, 11, 12, at least 15.
Oh my God. I met you, Edgar, we did a Broadway musical, right? A local Broadway musical called Lone Star Rising.
Lone Star Rising.
In Borgard, Texas. It was a small town. And that's how I met you, Edgar.
So small, yeah. Like, so I just remember whenever Zaina, we had graduated, she's like, hey, do you want to work with me in Borgard? I'm like, yeah, anywhere, because it's bigger than where we were living at. Nope, not true. Didn't know it, didn't research it. We get there and we're like, this is it? That's all?
Yeah.
So, oh God, it wasn't as bad after, but it was just that initial shock, like, oh my God. And then, like, I've never worked with people. It was my first time. Well, okay, how long have you danced before that?
So I danced in high school. It was like 3 years that I danced.
Okay, see, I hadn't even danced a whole year yet.
Oh, so wow.
I was super brand new to like the whole like dancing thing. I had danced a few months.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure what to like prepare for or expect. And I was so surprised by how quickly like the theater community, like, poof, like you just are like put up with each other and you have to love each other. You might hate each other, but you're at the end of the day, you're gonna love each other. And it sucks that it worked out, or it sucks that the way what happened as far as like not having enough money for certain things and blah blah. But again, I think everything happened for a reason.
So how did you find out about Lone Star Rising? Did you have to audition for it?
No, that's the thing. It's great because I'm a guy. So
yeah.
Guys never have to audition for anything because you know that. Like, guys are short. Like, I'm short, but no, there's a shortage of guys in dance.
Yeah.
So as soon as they asked me, I'm like, yeah, sure. What do I need to do? And they're like, nope, you're hired. You're good.
Yeah.
But I heard about it through Zaina. Someone says, like, do you want to go? Yes. And literally the day we walked across the stage of graduation, that same day we left. Like, wow. Graduation happened, we left. We weren't even at home for a day. We left as soon as we finished crossing that stage.
Wow. Good. I had to audition for it. I was at community and I was taking dance classes. I was taking ballet. And during that time, like...
Mr. Hess.
Yes, Mr. Hess. He came to our class. Neil Hess, yes. He came to our ballet class here in El Paso. And he told us about Lone Star Rising. And he asked if we wanted to audition. And I'm like, you know what? In my mind, I'm like, you know what? I've always been in El Paso. This is my dream. So I should just do it. So I did it, right? I auditioned.
Right.
So
did you ever do Viva?
So I auditioned for Viva, like before Lone Star Rising, I auditioned twice for Viva, and this was during high school, and I never made it.
Like, I just remember how like sad everyone was the next day and flash hungover because we were all just drinking underage.
Yeah, that's so true. I never thought it would like ended so soon in a way. Like it was in my eyes, because I was so homesick. As much as I was so happy to be there, I was homesick. I was so homesick. And then like me and you connected and I didn't feel as much homesick, but I was still homesick.
Basically, because we only knew each other for a few weeks. And like within those few weeks, I think we felt pretty good. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say we fell in love, but like our relationship grew pretty quickly within those couple of weeks.
It really did. I love that. Yeah, I did. I feel like we connected right away too as well.
Yeah.
We were always laughing.
Yeah, and I think we were definitely younger, so we were living in the moment. So I don't think we really talked to each other about like our past. Like we knew where we came from. Like, oh, I'm from Hobbs, you're from El Paso, but that's really about it. We never really talked about like our parents. It's more so like we're out of the house, we're not home.
That's so true. Yeah, we did. That is so true. We were just living life, like going with the flow. Really, if that makes sense. Yeah. I miss those times, honestly. I wish I could go back and change something. Like I wish I would have stayed, to be honest with you, but
right.
Fuck, I regret it a little bit, just a little bit.
okay. Things happen for, like you just said, things happen for a reason. And right now you're here, you're married. I mean, maybe you had to go back and set those things in motion.
Granted, like when I got to Lone Star Rising, like I had no friends, to be honest with you. I was by myself the whole time. Like everyone had a little bit of their groups. I would see maybe one or two by themselves too, but I didn't know how to connect with people. And,
Right.
well, this is a funny story too. Nobody would talk to me. Like I would try to talk to someone and nobody would talk to me. But I remember asking you, do you know why people don't talk to me? I remember you and your friend told me, yeah, it's because we just thought you spoke Spanish. Do you remember?
I don't remember that.
They're like, I'm speaking to you in English. We're like, yeah, it's because you have like a heavy accent. And we just thought you didn't really speak English. You spoke more Spanish. And I'm like, it's okay.
I don't. I'm so... I mean, I speak Spanish too. I don't know what. I'm so... I'm like mortified now. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, you told me the truth. So that's what I wanted.
I'm hot now. I'm hot.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. But I feel like El Paso, since it's a border town, like we get that rep. Like, oh, they don't speak English. I'm like, yeah, we do. We're in America. We're in Texas. Like, yeah. A few days, like I was with myself, literally by myself with no car. Like my parents literally dropped me off in the dorm. And then I met Zaina. I'm saying her name right? Zaina? Yeah. Then I met Zaina. I was like, okay, cool. And I remember when I got there, you guys didn't get there right away. Because I was by myself for like 4 days.
Yeah, we got there the day after we graduated. So we couldn't come any earlier.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In the dorm room.
You know that, like, oh my God, the dorm rooms. Those dorm rooms. But did you know that, like, Danielle's mom, her and her dad ended up getting in trouble because they were stealing money from... That's why we didn't have as much money, because they were stealing money, embezzling money from the company.
No.
If you stayed there, you would have known that.
Oh, I should have. It was like a way out for me when we're like, okay, we're losing funds. The show's not going to go on. And I'm like, yes, I get to go home. I'm so dumb. And then I feel like that's when me and you connected even more. I should have never gone home, but it's all good. Wow, that's crazy. And then I remember some guy donated his money, like some rich guy that I remember donated his money so Lone Star Rising could keep going, right?
Yes. His name was Joe Batson.
That's insane.
And the only reason I know his name is because he also, so I stayed there for another 2 years because the show kept going on for 2 years. Oh, and then, yeah. So what was crazy is that, like, they told us, they're like, as long as you stay here and go to school here, we will pay for your schooling. So I'm like, cool, done. Like, let's do it. So Zane and I continue to stay there and do the shows. And then in 2006, oh my God, so I knew you in 2004. That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
So 2006, I left and I did the show Texas, which is where Mr. Hess originally started and then got fired from because of a whole other reason. But Joe Batson was there and we started talking about Texas or Lone Star Rising and how he funded it. So
yeah. Dude, I definitely remember the songs we used to sing. I loved it.
God, I remember that. Yes. Go good. Good
times.
It sucked that you didn't get to do the show.
I'm stupid. That's what I mean. It was my insecurities, I guess, and being homesick. Like, why would I ever let that overtake me? And trust me,
spoke Spanish. That's
true. That is true. No one understood me.
I can't believe we told you that.
Yeah, you're like, it's because you only speak Spanish. I mean, no, because of my accent.
English here? I'm sorry.
So I was like, oh, you have a strong accent. Oh, that's hilarious. But I feel like it was my insecurities too, and I miss my parents. But my parents would tell me, like, just stick it out. And, like, I don't know what it was. But I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. I just wanted to go back home, regardless of this being a good thing for me. And it was It was a really good thing. I'm happy I did it for what I did, you know? We thought the show was ending, so we decided to go out as a group, all of us, to go to Amarillo, which is 45 minutes away. So anyway, we go, we have fun, and then coming back, we were riding with Holly in her Jeep. It was Holly driving, me in the front, Zane in the back, and you were in the back. So we're coming back from the club. For some reason, we all fall asleep. Of course, Holly can't fall asleep. She's driving. For some reason, I feel as like going off a cliff. Well, about to go off the road. I remember this now. And then I woke up suddenly and hit Holly. I hit Holly. I was like, Holly! And then like as soon as I hit her, she woke up and she went back on the road. She's like, oh my God, Jude, thank you for hitting. And then that's when you guys woke up. You're like, what happened? What the heck happened? I was like, we almost died. Imagine, dude, we would have gone off that cliff. We would have been dead. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, there was no cliff.
Well, the ditch or whatever it was.
Probably a ditch.
Yeah, the ditch.
But yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, we almost died, Edgar. We would have died together.
So I guess we almost fell off a cliff and we almost drowned going to the gay bar.
Oh yeah, true.
So last night, I'm like, you know what? Let's make the night of it. Let's go to a gay bar.
And we did.
Yeah. Like none of us knew how to get there. This is when we didn't have GPS. Like we still had like the Nokia bricks. Like
oh yeah. Well, I
had.
Who was driving? I was never driving. I was always hopping on with you. Well, with Holly or with you guys, no? With Saint.
Right. I think Holly didn't want to go that night because it was raining. So I'm like, fine, let's go in my truck. So we got in my silver truck, and we started like I knew how to get to Amarillo. And once we got to Amarillo, like I remember looking online, like I think it was like, do you remember MapQuest? Do you remember when that was a thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
MapQuest was like one of the gay bars, and all I remember the two things that really stand out of our trip when we went to the gay bar was how much it was raining and how freaked out I was. I was trying to be calm. So I'm like, if I'm calm, you will be calm. So
I had so much fun with you. I don't know if you remember, but like in the dorms, like for some reason, like how we connected was we were like chasing each other in the dorm being stupid. Do you remember? Like we were just like scaring each other, like because we were so bored, I guess.
I don't, but maybe that's where, like, to this day, I still love scaring people. Like, they'll come around the corner, I'm like, rah!
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
So, maybe that's where it started.
You're still dancing, which is good. How did COVID affect your move and your dance journey?
So I moved right before the whole like COVID happened. So I moved thinking just like everyone else, 2020, new year, new you, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be positive. And it was for like a month and a half or 2 months. So it was good. And then as soon as we started hearing that like things were shutting down and there was like something going around, we like slowly started losing students. Not losing them, but just saying like they're putting their lessons on hold. So it wasn't a big deal right away until they decided to like actually shut things down. And at that point, that's where like, crap, what are we gonna do? Because our industry, like dancers, people who work in tech, actors, singers, that's what we do all the time is interact with people. That's our business. Like we touch people all the time. We are around other people. Like we're around big crowds, not just us, but I mean, that's our job though. So we were trying to figure out quickly, like, what can we do to like keep things going? So we kind of didn't have a job for about, by me, I mean, me and Zane and I, we didn't have a job for about like a week and a half, trying to figure out what's going on. Because the studio I came to was they had just been opened for 6 months at the time.
Wow.
It was like a brand new studio. So they're freaking out, and then I'm freaking out. Um, I'm freaking out, but again, I'm trying to be like, okay, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be okay. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna be fine. And then it was just a matter of like, what can we do? What kind of lessons can we put out? Because at this point now, within like maybe 2 weeks, everyone was like, okay, Zoom, Zoom. This one, Zoom was like, I had never heard of Zoom in my life. And all of a sudden,
No.
like, everyone's like, Zoom, it's great. That's where we can do Instagram Live and then Facebook Live and every single platform. We're like, crap, now I have to learn how to use like phones. And it was one of those things where like, you know how the old people are like, is this thing on? I can't. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it worked for like the first week where
Yeah.
you would stream online. So our lessons ended up being like, normally our lessons are about like 45 minutes to an hour.
Mhm.
Half of our lesson was our students just like trying to figure out like, I can't hear you. Oh, well, your mic is on. Well, now I can hear you, but I can't see you. That was a whole nother curve that we had to learn.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, it hasn't affected us that much aside from like our hours were cut a little bit, but we still have our students, we still have our classes, and they're hanging in there with us. So it's just, the hard thing is trying to keep them active and interested when you can't actually be there moving them around, because it's ballroom dancing, so you're dancing with two people, and so it's hard when you're like, you know, this way, you're like, now you have to do this on your own, and I'm going to pretend to do it on this side with you, and it's just
Yeah.
weird. So
That's so true. That's hard. That is hard.
it's, oh my god, it's so hard. Like, I've been used to it. Yeah, I've been used to it because in Texas, like, it was just me for 10 years. So like, I'm used to like watching a video and picking it up.
Mhm.
Students here aren't used to doing that. So like, and then it's also, ballroom is a weird business because you don't want to tell people, this is what's weird. You don't want to let them know they're single. What I mean by that, it's like when someone calls for like a lesson, we ask like, so is this a dance for just you, which is not what we're supposed to say, or for your partner? Because whenever we say just you, it's like, I'm single. Like,
Yeah.
so we have to say, is this dance for you or like, you know, for a couple or whatever?
Mhm.
So whenever like now we're dancing, like whenever I teach lessons online, like group lessons, I have to try and figure out how to say like, now if you're home alone or if you don't have a partner, how do I say that without making them sound like they're sad, lonely women at home?
Yeah.
Because they're not. It's just
Yeah.
sometimes they just don't have a partner.
Yeah.
I knew that, but now I have to figure out how wording a lot of things online carefully. PC is a little hard because
Yeah.
yeah, things when you're not in person, it's hard. Like you don't know if someone's joking. You don't know if they're having fun. When in person, you can like joke around, like touch them on the shoulder. You know I'm joking, but online you don't have that luxury. So like you have to really think on your feet.
Wow. It's like text messaging too, right? Like, did they mean
Oh
it
my
like that?
god,
Oh my God. Yeah.
that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. Why did you take it that way?
I know.
Yeah,
Everyone takes things too seriously. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
yeah.
And that's like with our lessons, our bosses have always been like on the floor with us. So if we say something wrong, they can like pop in and correct it and like pop back out. Online, we don't have that luxury. So I've gotten in trouble a couple of times. Not saying anything bad at all. Like I didn't say
Yeah.
anything bad, but it's just like the next day, like I get a call saying, maybe you shouldn't wear that. Maybe you should say not that I'm wearing anything inappropriate.
Well, what? Yeah,
One time, okay, one time, and they still bring it up. Okay,
yeah.
but like I got in trouble recently, which is also annoying.
Hmm.
Our bosses are about the same age as I am,
Hmm.
which is even worse because then you're just like fighting each other. I've owned a studio. They haven't owned a studio. They've done more dancing professionally. I haven't. So like, there's this like medium ground where we're trying to figure each other out. Um,
Hmm.
but like one of the things I got in trouble for was something that I would say is like, okay, while we're all stuck inside, go out and try and find a new hobby. Try finding something else to do. Add another thing to what you already have. Like that was a big no-no. It's like, no, we need him to keep dancing. We want him to just dance. I'm like, I never said don't dance. I just said go learn other things.
Yeah.
I'm like the problem child in this relationship. It's fine.
You're growing, you're learning, it's all good.
my go-to, I'm like, what are they gonna do? Fire me? Nope.
Exactly. We need people like you.
One day you can come back and bite me in the ass and be like, you're fired. Yes, that's what we can do.
Edgar, would you ever want to be like in Dancing with the Stars teaching on that level?
Yeah, I would. I mean, as far as like, I think it'd be fun. And I'm lucky enough that our studio, like, we have the person who designs all the costumes for Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to like, I'm meeting her on this Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, the years, whenever they got married, that was their witness. It's like the person who designs all the costumes and one of the choreographers for Dancing with the Stars. So like, it's weird being in California, how like everything is so close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got Hugh Jackman.
You did?
Like Wolverine.
That's so cool.
Like, it's so, like, I think it's exciting, but then everyone here in LA is like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, no, but you don't understand how cool it is.
Yeah.
Like, you're not from a little town. Yeah.
Yeah. That is so cool. Edgar, you'll never know. Like, doors could start opening for you. You never know. So happy you took that leap.
I will hold them open for you. I will hold them open for you and be like, let's go together.
I'm down. Let's do this. So down. I really hope we could dance together or do some type of video, whatever, soon or in the future.
I can't do hip hop, but maybe we can do bachata. Well,
I'm down. I'm so down. I'm down to learn, and I love to dance, so I'm down. So down, Edgar. Is there anything else you want to, before we end, is there anything else you want to give, like advice to aspiring dancers for any age level? Is there any advice you want to give?
Yes. Don't take no, and I know everyone says this, don't take rejection as the end all be all. Like, keep going. If it's something that you love, you're going to keep going. And the only reason I say that, I don't think I ever told you this. Whenever I went to college, I was a dance major, and the director there told me maybe we should find something else for you to major in because you're not going to be a dancer. Keeping in mind that at this point, dance had paid for my college for like 3 years at this point. And I'm like, no, like I got so mad at her that like there was a lot of words that were said, so don't do that. But there was a lot of words that were said, and then I just decided to drop the dance program because I'm like, a piece of paper isn't going to tell me that I can or can't dance. So I dropped the dance program, kept dancing, still dancing. My college was still paid for by dance. And 10 years later, I wrote her an email saying, look, this is what I'm doing. I've owned a studio. I lived in Russia. I lived in Argentina, learning dance, studying dance. And your words do have meaning and they carry some weight. So be careful whenever you tell someone, maybe this isn't for them. Because it didn't, for me, I took it and I ran with it. Like it lit a fire underneath my butt I'm going to prove her wrong. But I know for a lot of people, that's not always the case. Because for a lot of people, when you get that, it's just like a hurtful thing. And then it can send someone to like a really bad depression. Be like, I thought I was good at this. Everyone else told me I was good at this. But because it's coming from such a high authority, maybe I'm not good at this. And then they second guess themselves. And it's not cool.
Oh, yeah.
So don't let anyone tell you you can't do this. Sure, you might not be the best at it, but it doesn't mean that you can't make a career out of it.
Completely agree. This happened to my cousin too. He's an artist here in El Paso. And he was going to community. One of the art teachers told him, you know what? Same thing like you. I don't think you're meant to do art. now he owns his own studio gallery, and he's like one of the, like, he's pretty popular, honestly. Yeah. So you're right, Edgar. Like, this is a part where we shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think, or not let their opinions control our life. Like, yeah, we'll take it into consideration, and then you know what? Nah, fuck you. I'm gonna do my own thing, you know? So I'm so proud of you, Edgar. Yeah, you're gonna do great things, and I can't wait to see what else you do. And I really hope me and you could dance soon together. And thank you for chatting with me, Edgar. I appreciate it so much. I really, really do.
Yeah, thank you.
It was so fun.
I appreciate you asking. I love it.
Yay!